All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Gage, he's Emerson, and we are back
In the saddle.
in the saddle
Again.
Shout out to Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Back at the
Back at
in your
Oracle
room.
Park, or this says AT&T Park still.
Dover Park.
Yeah, Dover Park. Yeah, it does feel good to be back.
It does. Cheers on that.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking Lagunitas Daytime IPA, the most drink on this show
Yes, I agree with
by
that.
far.
I got a good old Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues.
Oh yeah, like that a lot.
Mm.
Playing on a short week.
Short week, yeah.
6 days rest.
Yes, got a little vacation plan this Thursday, Friday, so pushed it up a day.
So you have Tuesday out, you have tomorrow off? Or you work tomorrow?
Work tomorrow.
Yes. Because you usually have Monday, Tuesdays off.
Correct, Mundo.
Nice.
But here we are.
Today's unfortunately my Sunday.
Yeah.
It's alright though. Not a big deal. Work's been kind of flying through each week for the most part,
That's
so
good.
can't really complain about
Makes
that.
the days move along.
Yep. Not too bad. How are you? You good?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Are you? I'm okay. Are you okay after last night's game?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into that
We
later.
will get
But
into
I'm okay. Like, some stupid fans could be just crushed, but it's not worth it. Just not worth it at this point.
I loved it last night. Don't get me wrong.
I'm sure you did.
Loved it. Loved it.
But yes, I'm not going to lose my pants
No.
getting beat by Aaron
You
Rodgers in
should.
the last 30 seconds of the game. So
And it happens to
It
teams.
It does
It
happen.
does. Believe
It
me.
does.
I know. It's happened to me a couple times as a Cowboys fan. I understand.
But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're alive and well.
Alive, well. It's kind of cold today. 70 degrees.
Yeah.
It's been
I-
nice.
I
It's a
like
nice
it.
change of pace.
I like it a lot.
Can't complain.
Let's get back to kind of normal weather.
Yeah.
Summer's great, but sometimes it just drags a little bit, especially when you get to September.
When it's 95 for 2 straight weeks,
Yeah. Not,
I'm over it.
not having it.
No. What do we got going on today, man?
Today, it is the final week of the Major League Baseball regular season. It's going to be some interesting shit going on.
Absolutely.
So we'll get into that. We had a pretty interesting week of college football, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, you
and
got-
a big week coming up, actually, too, for college football next week.
You're taking what Nick said to heart, 'cause we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
college
yeah.
football.
We won't overdo it, but we got some stuff to talk about.
Seems like a lot. I guess
Yeah.
it's not really that much.
More disinformation. And then, as always,
NFL.
it's week 3 of the NFL just about to conclude tonight. Your Cowboys are on Monday Night Football against the Eagles. Are they home? Is it
Yes.
Jerry World?
Home opener.
Oh boy!
Home opener.
Oh, that's right. They
They
haven't played at home
played
yet.
two previous weeks on the road.
Yeah.
I think they're doing the Ring of Honor tonight for Jimmy Johnson
Oh,
and
cool.
Drew Pearson,
Nice.
or they're celebrating their Hall of Fame
Gotcha.
induction.
Nice.
So that crowd's gonna be rocking.
Fuck yeah.
Because the Cowboy crowd is usually weak as fuck.
Yeah.
They're not very.
Not very lively.
No, they're not good when it comes to.
They're not an
moving
SEC
on the
crowd.
No. A lot of fair weather Cowboys out there, and you get the fuck out. Put me in that stadium for once.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And then-
looking forward to that. But they play the Eagles. I don't like the Eagles.
yeah, it's gonna be a good game, I think. And then we got NASCAR to wrap it up.
Yes.
So, but we're gonna start with baseball.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, final week of the regular season. Giants. They got 102 wins.
102.
Who'd have thunk? I mean, we've been saying this all year. They've been the first team to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and now
I saw
100
that.
wins. Pretty awesome. Got a 2-game lead of the Dodgers.
You got to give it to the Dodgers. They are not quitting.
Dude, they have made
They
it.
are on their. They've been on their tail the whole season.
I mean, they could be at 98 wins, which is 2 less than they have right now,
Yeah.
and I'd feel so much more comfortable. But they've just been pressing it all year long and been right in the Giants' ass.
Either team that wins this division, the team below them that makes the wild card games, and be like, man, we won 100 games,
Yeah, right.
and
yeah.
we're in the wild card. One game
Yeah.
for the playoffs, or
Yeah.
to keep going.
I was talking to a Dodger fan yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to play the Red Hot Cardinals in the wild card game. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's gonna suck." And we'll talk about the Cardinals here in a little bit. But yeah, so Giants have a 2-game lead over the Dodgers with 6 games left. I think the Giants win 4 of these last 6. They'll probably be in good shape.
Yeah, because they play the Diamondbacks still.
Play the Diamondbacks tonight, and then San Diego will be over the weekend.
The newly out of the playoffs.
The newly eliminated
Newly
Padres.
eliminated San Diego Padres.
Fuckers. See ya.
Yeah.
This makes me so happy to think, and we probably talked about this before, but it was supposed to be the Dodgers and Padres year.
Yes.
Like, that was going to be the 19 playoff games they were playing during the regular season.
Yeah, I've heard the KMBR guys say that often.
Not so fast.
No.
Giants.
Tatis is going to be the MVP. probably in that
Yep.
National League.
I
He's
mean,
had a
maybe
great year.
Bryce Harper, but probably Tatis.
Padres gotta wait. It's not your time yet.
Yeah,
It's not your
Giants
time.
are just sneaking in.
Sit down, son. Sit
Be
down.
humble. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this week brings us for the Giants.
So, who would do you have any idea if the Giants were to win the division? Who would they play? The winner of?
they would play the winner of the Dodgers and Cardinals.
So they could play the Dodgers first round, of the
which would
playoffs,
be fucking insane.
which would be best of 5.
Best of 5, yeah. That would be wild.
You'd be sweating.
I'd be sweating big time. I mean, honestly,
I would be too, but I know you don't like the Dodgers. I know you love your
course,
Giants.
I would not want to hear it from Dodger fans. That's for damn sure. But at the
there's-
same time, the Giants they have no business being here.
No.
So there's no pressure.
There's one Dodger fan I don't want to hear from. He doesn't listen to this podcast, but James McLaughlin.
Yes, I'm with you on that.
Go Giants, though, man. It's unbelievable.
It's been a great year.
The only person, I've said this all year, the only person that believed in the Giants from day one this season is your mother.
Yeah. Gotta
So,
give it to her.
You got to give it to her.
Hey, my bold prediction of the Giants going to the playoffs is true, by the way. I feel good about that one. We might have to take a shot together at some point. Maybe not
Well,
today.
they're already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm
We
not,
will wait.
we'll
We'll
wait.
wait till next week.
Okay, I can deal with that.
On the other side of the bay, we got the A's. They are now 85 and 71. 3 games back of Boston for the second wild card spot.
Not looking great.
Yeah, it's not looking great. They finished the season on the road against Seattle and Houston. It's not looking good because there's just too many teams involved in this race right now, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But I mean, if they win out, they'll have a chance. That's pretty much what they have to do.
You never want to put yourself in that situation.
Yeah,
You just don't.
it's tough. And even if they do win out, there's not a guarantee that they're going to be
Yeah.
in. Another big American League series this past weekend. The Yankees swept
They
the Red
swept
Sox
them.
at Fenway Park. With some big
Did you
late
s-
game
Did
drama
you see
too.
Did you see those home runs out of
Sam-
Giancarlo?
Dude, he was teeing off at Fenway Park.
Fucking check him.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Someone get the doctor in that.
Yeah,
Someone get
he-
the doctor in there.
He had a big weekend. I think he had 10 RBIs in the series.
Wow.
Yeah. Heck of a weekend.
Bro, did you see the picture that was on Twitter of Brandon Crawford and like all the guys behind him? He was like in the captain's outfit and they were all behind him.
Was it Crawford or Bell?
It was Bell.
Oh,
Remember,
Bell,
remember the whole
yeah.
captain thing?
Yeah.
It was him. They were like, it's like, you come out of an airplane, like a private, I wouldn't know about private jets. But,
Yeah.
you like, it's like stairs that you step
Going down to the tarmac.
So it's him at the bottom of the stairs, and behind him are all of his quote unquote seamen or seaman. Seamen. And they're all like wearing these white like seamans or like seaman. Seaman
Yeah.
or seamen.
Yeah.
I can't say it right. I'll show it to you after this, but it's pretty funny. It's like him at the bottom going like this, putting his
Yeah, doing the salute.
doing the salute, and they're all doing it behind him.
That's funny. That's
can't-
really good.
That's not on Twitter.
Speaking of Belt, though, he got hit on the thumb, and he is
Yeah.
maybe questionable for the remainder of the season.
Great.
So, fingers crossed. They're saying that it's hopeful that he's going to be good to go, but you never want to play around with an injury at this time of the year.
No.
So back to the American League. Wildcard standings are the Yankees are in first. They are 1 game ahead of the Red Sox, who hold the second spot, who are 1 game ahead of Toronto, and then they're 1 game ahead of Seattle, who's also 1 game ahead of Oakland. So it's going to be
So this
wild
is it's
coming
still,
down the stretch.
yeah.
The biggest series I think we got remaining is coming up. I think starting tomorrow night, Toronto and New York. So that'll be huge. Be looking forward to that. And then speaking of those Cardinals, they've won 16 in a row. This team was looking like they were dead in the water. They were under 500 in August at one point.
Why do the Cardinals always seem like they're good?
I mean, I thought they would make the playoffs, but then they just did not look like a team that
No.
had any kind of juice. But they've been awesome lately.
I can't believe Wainwright's still pitching for him.
He's pitching amazingly. Like he's going to get Cy Young votes this year.
Really?
Yeah, that's how good he's been.
How long has he been? He's been in the league for at least 12 years, right? 10,
He
12?
was on that 2000. He was the closer for that 2006 World Series championship.
He was the closer?
Closer. Yeah,
Wow.
I think 2005 might have been his debut. So he's been around for a good run.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's going to come back next year too.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. So and their
What's-
magic number to clinch is 1 game.
What's like, I don't know if off the top of your head, what's the record for most wins in a row?
We looked at it the other day. I think it's like either 21 or 20.
Did the A's do it?
No, the A's had it for a while. It was either 20 or 21.
And didn't the
And then
Indians?
the Indians broke it, and it's like 23, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the Indians, do you know, did the Indians own that 23?
I believe that's the number. It's either 22 or 23, something like that.
And that's not just the American League. It's
all time.
Wow. So they have a chance to win how many in a row if they keep.
There's only 6 games left, so they could get to 22. Yeah.
And then that would roll over to next year, hypothetically, right?
Hypothetically, yes, but it's hard in baseball to count that, especially if a team goes to the playoffs, because they're not gonna win every game in the playoffs.
Well,
That would be insane.
they want to.
Yeah, that would be insane.
That'd be crazy.
So yeah, Cardinals. I mean, between the Giants and Dodgers, whoever has to play them, not gonna be fun.
No.
Especially if Wainwright's pitching, because he's on
Yeah.
fire.
Who? I mean, you probably rather play the Cardinals.
Oh, in a series? Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers are just
The Dodgers firepower.
they're a juggernaut. But either way, it's gonna be scary because if the Cardinals win, they're gonna be red hot. No one wants to play them no matter what. But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Fucking Giants, man. Fucking Giants.
All right, college football. Starting Pac-12.
Cal loses to Washington, huh?
In
31-24 in overtime.
Yep. I didn't see any of this game, but
I caught
overtime's always fun.
Caught a very small percentage of it.
Yeah. Was it interesting? Was it the end?
No, I don't even remember. It was.
Yeah.
I think I watched something else besides. I think I might have watched the. On Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I watched something else. Might have been that UNLV Fresno State game.
Oh, okay.
Actually, 'cause it was just closer and it was later in the game.
Yeah. They're going to be playing Washington State at home next week. Washington State's probably better than Washington, so it could be another L. But we'll see.
Your Stanford Cardinal lost
Ah,
to
man.
UCLA.
Yeah, they got off to a really bad start in this game, and they clawed their way back in. It was 28-24 late in the game. UCLA went down and scored a touchdown to pretty much put it on ice. And that was that.
Was this the home opener for Stanford?
Was the home opener?
Yeah.
Didn't see what the turnout looked like. I only got to watch like the first half of the first.
Speaking of Stanford, your boy who played for the Texans on Thursday night
Davis Mills, he played all right.
played all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
given the
Given
circumstances,
the circumstances, he played all right.
he played all right.
I think he could be. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be anything special, but he could be a starter at some point.
He looked poised in the pocket.
Yeah,
He took a shot. I don't know if you saw. He took a shot.
I did. I think I did see
He
one
took
where
a
he
shot.
got
It's shocking
a good
that he got
lick.
up.
Yeah.
Also, he has one of the longest necks I've ever seen on a player. If you don't know, check out Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Right, Davis
Yeah.
Mills.
Yeah.
Davis Mills' neck, and it's long.
Yeah.
Looks like a giraffe out there.
Looked like Drew Brees when he got fucking.
That still frame of him getting tackled by
Who was it?
I don't know, it was against the Niners, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Anders, huh?
I know Sal, if he's listening, he knows exactly what we're talking about.
Got roasted.
His neck, it looks like it breaks.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
That was back in the Harbaugh days, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yes, so my Cardinal will be at home against Oregon next week. Number 3, Oregon. Gonna
Nah.
be, we'll see.
It's not looking good.
It
for
would have
your
been a
Cardinals.
lot cooler if Stanford had beaten UCLA because they'd have a little momentum going into this game, but we'll see.
Speaking of Oregon,
Yeah,
actually, we're going to get to Oregon.
yeah.
You can say about UCLA or
Yeah,
USC first.
real on. USC got rolled again, this time by Oregon State.
By
45.
Oregon State?
Oregon State, yes.
Aren't they terrible all the time?
Generally speaking, yes. They haven't been good since Jacquez Rogers. Remember him?
I remember the name.
And I don't even think they were that good.
Didn't Brandon Cooks go to Oregon State?
He did.
He did.
Yep, he was good.
They,
Yeah, they lost to the
S-
Beavers.
SC's hurting.
They're hurting. I mean, we didn't even talk about this last week. They fired Clay Helton after this loss to Stanford.
That's what the Cardinal does. It's Cardinal ball, baby.
So they're looking rough. They have their guy Keaton Slovis is not even they can't even trust him anymore at this point.
They're like throwing money right now at fucking Urban Meyer.
Yeah, it's so funny that he's already in rumors.
Are we gonna get to that?
Hilarious. So
We can talk about that later.
yeah,
I don't really care that SC is not good. I don't.
yeah.
I've always liked SC's colors. I've always liked the idea of
They have-
going to college in LA.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is
They have a
mostly.
classic. They have a lot of prestige, classic look. to
Because
the
they're not like
college.
they were a powerhouse back in the Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart days.
Sure.
But I still feel like if you were to go there right now, it still feels like it's a big football school
Yeah,
because of the
absolutely.
history.
Absolutely.
Even UCLA, they don't, I don't think they have much of history as USC,
Mhm.
but it'd still be great to go there and be like, yeah, I go to UCLA. The football games are great.
Yeah.
I think that's what I've always liked about the
And
LA
you play
teams.
home games at the fucking Rose Bowl
Yeah,
for UCLA.
exactly.
What were you gonna say about Oregon?
Oregon. So I saw on Twitter these two random guys. I'm pretty sure it was a Ducks game and it was a home game for the Ducks. Actually, I think Oregon played at home this week
Mm-hmm.
or last week. And it's them, right, sitting in the front, and they do like a selfie type thing. And behind them, was fucking Big Boy and Andre
Oh
3000.
yes, I did
you
see
see
that.
that? I
I saw
too?
that. Yeah.
Or I was just like, dude, could you imagine? I was
That's pretty cool.
talking to Cody about this. I was like, dude, I would fangirl so hard if Big Boy and Andre 3 Stacks was behind me.
That's
It'd be just be like,
That was pretty cool.
that's really cool. I don't know, because they both look like they were wearing Oregon colors. I don't know if they have some kind of
connection,
like
because they're
a family member that
Atlanta guys, right?
Yeah, big time Atlanta guys.
Yeah.
So I saw that and I was like, that's like the coolest thing I've seen all week, you know.
Oh yeah, wasn't the caption like the AT aliens in Eugene or something?
Yeah,
like that?
I think so. Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, they were sitting regular seats like regular people. They weren't like in any kind of box seat and looked like it was lower level, but it wasn't anything that they could sit.
I think that place is a bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure they still have box seats somewhere, right?
They might, yeah.
But I think it is. I've never been. I'm sure it's a bowl. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the Duckies, they kind of struggled against Arizona. This game was close in the second half.
Yeah.
But they did pull away late. Staying at number 3 in the standings this week, or in the rankings, if you want to put it that way.
Holding it down for the Pac-12.
Holding it down to the Pac-12. We got a chance to get somebody in there.
We don't like ducks here. So it's not a duck house.
No.
But they're holding down for Pac-12, which is cool.
Yeah. Let's see. So Notre Dame in Wisconsin played at Soldier Field this week. This game was tight until the very end. Notre Dame just went off. They had a kickoff return touchdown and 2 pick sixes in the fourth quarter to pull away from Wisconsin.
Why did they play at Soldier Field?
I think it was just an agreement to do a neutral site. Notre Dame is pretty close to Chicago, even though it's in Indiana.
Notre Dame's in Indiana.
Yeah, it's in South Bend, Indiana, but it's pretty close to Chicago. I think it's pretty common for people from the Chicago area to root for Notre Dame.
I don't think of Indiana when I think of Notre Dame.
Me either, really. I
don't know what I think of.
I just think of like it's just on its own island. You know?
Yeah, I think it's like its own state.
Right.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think of Notre Dame being in Indiana.
Right.
Like when someone says I go to Notre Dame, I'm like, that's fucking sweet. But now I'm gonna think of Indiana, I'm like, that kind of blows.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big matchup, but turned out to be a dead of a game.
Yeah.
Some other top 10 teams struggled this week. Texas A&M got beat by Arkansas at Jerry World.
You know Jerry Jones went to Arkansas?
Did he?
Yes.
That must be why they.
I think that's why he
this
played
game.
there.
Yeah.
I think he played football for Arkansas.
Did he really?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know if he was there. I don't know if he played for very long. I'm pretty damn sure he played for Arkansas.
Nice.
He's definitely an alumni, like for sure.
Okay.
I think that's why Arkansas does play there
Gotcha.
at least once a year.
Yeah. So yeah, Arkansas got the win, 20-10. This was a big one. NC State stunned Clemson, number 9 Clemson in overtime.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, they missed Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Their offense does not look good.
No.
Like their defense has been playing great all year, but their offense stinks.
You know what this tells me? Guarantee Clemson's not going to be in the football playoff or the
Pretty
championship.
much. They've already lost twice, and they play in the ACC, which is not considered a strong conference right now. So it's not looking good for their chances.
No.
They're number 25 now, and it broke some crazy long streak. I cannot remember how many weeks it was of them being in the top 10.
And Dabo, he's sad right now.
Oh, he's a sad boy for sure.
He's calling Trevor and being like, "Can you come back?
Yeah.
Can you come back? We need you."
I wonder. It'll be interesting to see if this has any effect on their program going forward. But we shall see.
Like in what way? Like Dabo not being there anymore?
Well, not necessarily, but maybe recruits are like, "Oh, they don't look as good anymore. I'm going to go to Alabama instead." You know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like they need any more players.
Right. I mean, I'm just
I know what you
using that as an example, but
no, that's actually a good point. I didn't think about that.
yeah, because even losing to Georgia, I think was big because that just showed that they're only maybe on the level of an SEC team and not as good or better.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Oklahoma won on the last.
This is the game. This is the game I watched on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the game that I watched on Saturday.
Number 4 Oklahoma squeaked by West Virginia 16-13 on a last-second field goal.
I gotta say, I didn't watch the whole game, but I did. They were. I think Herb Street was talking about how they were booing Spencer Rattler in this game.
They were chanting, "We want
the backup
Caleb" or something, which is the backup.
You know what Spencer Rattler did? He said, "Fuck you."
And went down.
Got him. And their field goal kicker is a G.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good.
He doesn't miss.
They always have good kickers.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. He's good. Spencer Rattler looked poised at the end of that game.
Yeah, he didn't play great, but he got it done.
I did think West Virginia did some things in this game to kind of hurt themselves, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah, it happens.
I was also talking to Nick about this because Oklahoma's got to ditch those uniforms, like the cream helmet.
Yeah, those are not that cool.
I've been talking to him about this since Baker was there. They got to. It's just not Oklahoma to me.
Because they wear red helmets normally, or no, they're white. right?
No, I think sometimes they wear the.
Is it red?
Well, it's not crimson, but like that color.
Yeah, no, it is red, right? The
Yeah.
helmet's normal. Yeah.
This one was like the cream one. I just don't think it looks
I don't like the look
very
either.
great.
Yeah.
There's one of those. I've always said they're one of those schools.
That has just like a uniform that you.
A classic uniform,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like Alabama, LSU, like they don't mess
They don't
around
screw around.
with what they do.
Yeah, I'm with you.
This is that game was good. Spencer Rattler, it's so funny because we watched him
Oh, on the QB1 show.
QB1 show.
Yeah.
He was
Such a tool.
a tool.
Yeah, he's-
and hopefully he's better, and more humble.
I gotta think he is. I mean, he's around like 100 guys that think they're the best player on
Yes.
the team. So
I don't know how tall he is. He's probably
he's not. He's like 6 foot, 6'1" maybe.
Yeah, so
Yeah, which is not big for a quarterback.
and I heard that he's probably going to be, if he plays well this year, he's probably going to be the #1 quarterback taken next year.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he's not doing himself many favors right now, but yeah, we'll see.
I don't really want him in the Giants.
He just
but-
he
actually the
has-
Giants won this week, so maybe not. Maybe the Falcons will get him.
The Giants did not win this week.
The Falcons beat him.
Yeah, they've led. It's funny. The Giants have led in every game this year and not won any of them.
I swear I thought the Falcons won. Okay.
No, the Falcons won.
Or I thought the Giants won.
The Giants, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Rattler. He has Baker vibes almost. He's not as much of a scrambler as Baker was in college,
Yeah.
but he's just like kind of an undersized guy. He can kind of
He
time
has-
it.
It's funny. He has Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, and Baker vibes. They
Yeah.
all like the past couple
Yeah.
years. Oklahoma's had this kind of same quarterback.
Yeah, although like Kyler was more of a runner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. And then also number 5 Iowa. They had to rally late against
Our Hawkeyes.
our Hawkeyes rally in the second half to beat Colorado State. They were like 30-point favorites, and they were losing 14-7.5.
Am I tripping, or is Colorado State always trash too?
They're not good. Yeah, I mean Colorado State's in some butthole conference.
They're not even in the Pac-12.
No,
I'm thinking
Colorado.
Colorado.
Colorado's in the Pac-12. Yeah. Colorado is also usually bad, although they have been to one Pac-12 championship. Yeah.
Some butthole conference.
Probably the same one that like Utah State and
Like Boise.
maybe Boise. I'm not sure.
Wow. Iowa plays Maryland next week.
Yep.
They're both 4-0.
Yeah, Maryland's right on the cusp of being ranked, but yeah,
Got
that
it.
should be a good one.
Arkansas plays Georgia, an 8-2 matchup.
That'll be
which will be
big
nice.
time. Arkansas is feeling good about themselves.
Cincinnati plays Notre Dame, a 7-9 matchup, which is good.
Also big, yeah.
And then Ole Miss is playing Alabama. I'm taking Bama by 1,000.
By 1,000,
Fuck James.
I'm taking Ole Miss. I'm taking.
Are you?
Bold prediction. Yep.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh,
Lace me up, Johnny.
wow. So, what happens if Bama beats them by 21? Nothing.
Dig my grave.
Oh, man. You're really picking Ole Miss.
I'm picking Ole Miss. They've done it before. Lane Kiffin's got something up his sleeve. Probably something up his ass too, but
I forgot. You can't be saying that. I think you're.
it's not a reference to anything. It's just
How about this?
talking shit.
If Bama does lose to Ole Miss next week, I'll take 2 shots on next week's episode in a row. I'll do
Sure.
it. I'll do it in a row.
In a row. And how many points does Ole Miss have to lose by for me to do that? 3 touchdowns? Is that a fair number?
How about 17 points?
Yeah, I'd like to know what the spread is actually, just to.
I'll give you 17.
Okay.
So if they
They lose by 17, I'm good.
if they lose by 17 or more, you got to take like another
So 16, I'm good.
16. You're fine.
Okay. I'm really curious what that spread is right now.
I bet you it's probably.
I'm
at
thinking it's like
least
15.
14.
I'm thinking it's 15, yeah.
Because what is Ole Miss? Are they undefeated right now?
They are, yeah. They're number 12.
Okay. I can't believe you're saying that.
I'm not necessarily rooting for it until now. Alabama by 14.5. We're
Oh, look at us.
We're good.
We're good.
Ole Miss is 3 now only.
Okay.
Yeah. Tickets as low as $94. You want to go?
Is it in Bama?
Yeah.
Be sweet.
That would be sick.
Fucking really cool to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think Alabama can be beat.
So what I'm saying is though, if they lose by 16 or less, I don't have to take 2 shots. I'm saying if Ole Miss
Ole Miss just
straight
has to
up.
win, yeah,
straight up. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're not gonna give me more than like
What do you want?
17 would be barely covering. Give me at least 21.
I'm not gonna. I'll give you 20. Or
Okay, 20. 20 and I'm good. Like 21 or more, I gotta take 2 shots.
yes.
Because
Okay,
that's
yes.
that's still only barely covering.
21 or more, you gotta take 2 shots. We'll do in a row.
Yeah. Like,
And then if Ole Miss wins straight up,
yeah.
I'll take
But if
2
it's
shots.
anywhere in between, it's nothing.
No.
It's clean. Yeah.
Yes, clean. Cool. Glad we got that. Glad we got that all figured out. Wow. Okay. That's a bold one. I mean, because Bama's just been rolling people.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, we're close last
Tie
week.
one against Florida.
Yeah. All right, time for the bulk of the show. The best part of the show, in my opinion, the National Football League, the pros. Remember that show, Pros versus Joes?
Yeah, I was just gonna say something like, wasn't there something like that? Yeah, but yeah, pros versus.
It was
so
just
what was it again?
regular ass guys like me and you, probably a little older than us at the time,
Yeah.
think that they could like outplay old, like kind of retired.
Right, that's right.
It's funny too because they would show like a clip of like the Joe's highlight reel. It would be like a guy like doing routes in his backyard and like running track and shit. It used to be on Spike TV. I'm pretty sure. I used to totally watch that show.
Sounds like a Spike TV show.
I remember they would do ones against. I remember one in particular. They did one against Andre Reed from the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
The old receiver,
The
Hall of Fame receiver.
Yeah, badass.
And I think most of the time, the retired player would still whoop ass. You know what I mean? It's kind of a cool concept.
It is funny to think
know.
about.
I wonder if they had that on any kind of streaming site. Anyways, NFL, like you said, the Cowboys play the Eagles tonight.
Monday Night Football.
I'm feeling pretty good about this one. I don't think it's gonna be easy for the Cowboys, but I think the Cowboys are gonna win this game.
Yeah, I just thought about this. We forgot to get our picks ready. Do you have your picks?
I don't.
Okay, we can do it real quick though. I'll get the scoreboard up here.
I always forget every week. It's annoying.
I write it down too, and I still forget. But yeah, so let's get started with the Packers-Niner game last night. That was a hell of a game. Packers kicked a game-winning field goal in the regulation.
It's the classic Aaron Rodgers, less than a minute
Yeah.
left. Get past the 50-yard line for Mason Crosby, he kicks it, they win.
Yeah.
I've seen it too many times, like I
Right.
said. I know Niner fans pain with this. I do. And I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's hard for me to feel bad about this loss. Like, I have two ways of thinking about it. The Niners had no business being in this game.
They were down 17-0.
And the Packers were just running over. Like, they just were making it look easy. Yeah. And yes, you're right. They were down 17-0. Niners got a big kickoff return at the end of the first half.
Oh, okay.
Were able to get down in there and score a touchdown on 4th down and goal, no less. So they didn't make it easy on themselves. And then scored on the first drive out of halftime, which made it 17-14. But, I mean, they really, the way they played, the Packers were the better team all day. And then the fact that they were able to take the lead with 37 seconds left was like a gift.
I was almost hoping the Niners would win this game because there was a lot of Jimmy G slander going on. So I heard he was kind of fucking up, right?
Yeah, he didn't play his best game, that's for damn
Because what do I say about Jimmy G? He wins games.
He does.
So I thought this was going to be the classic situation where Niners fans will talk shit, but you still get the W.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those, what do you really do?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's, you watch a guy and he just doesn't look pretty, but he gets the job done.
Done.
It's hard. It's tough. Yeah, it's really tough to.
Like, do you think he's a better or a worse version, or maybe right there with him than Alex Smith? I think Alex Smith, you would say, is kind of like
pretty similar.
I think everyone says that Alex Smith's like the ultimate game manager who
Yeah.
still gets it done.
Pretty good comp. I think at like their peak, I think I like Jimmy a little bit better.
I think I do too.
Yeah. And maybe it's just because Alex had so much hype being the number 1 overall pick, so there was expectations that were higher.
Yes.
Jimmy, I mean, he was a 2nd round pick, but the Niners traded for him. It wasn't like he was their guy that they drafted. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's tough. Like, and then at the same time, like, they scored with 37 seconds left, and the Packers had no timeouts.
Yeah.
So, they gave themselves every chance to win the game at that point. You can't really feel bad about Aaron Rodgers making 2 perfect throws to, get
He's
themselves
done
in
it.
field goal
He's
range.
done that plenty of times.
And then losing on a 51-yard field goal. Like,
it's not
that's
easy.
not a gimme.
Mason Crosby is probably going to be a borderline Hall of Famer for the position.
He probably will be a Hall of Fame kicker. Yeah.
Yeah. And so losing to him on a 51-yard field goal,
for
him, he always seems to hit his field goals.
Yeah.
But that's not a chip shot.
Yeah.
It's not like it was 31.
Yeah. I mean, if it'd be one thing, like, I could see if this happened against, like, a rival, like a division rival, but losing to the Packers, whatever.
It might hurt you later on down the line for playoff
seeding, maybe.
But
I also, like, after watching as much of this game as I could, because I was at work, I just don't think the Niners really are a true Super Bowl contender this
you don't
year.
think so?
I don't think so. They just don't have that feel, and, like, some of the injuries already, you can tell it's just, like, most are being out, the run game is not quite the same, and the offensive line, they're just not winning the battles in the trenches.
And I know he hasn't played much, but if Trey Lance was the quarterback, would you feel different about that Super Bowl?
That is one thing that could turn. I mean, and of course, it's a long season. You can't jump to too many conclusions yet.
And it's tough because we don't know, because we haven't seen him play even like more
Yeah.
than 2 snaps in a row.
Yeah, and like before we get to the Trey Lance part, it says sure teams can make adjustments throughout the season.
Yeah.
And figure things out, but yeah, like Trey Lance could be an X factor. Because Jimmy just really isn't that exciting. I think that's what people really don't like about him. Is he's just not exciting. He can't.
He's
run.
not like a Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray.
He doesn't have a very strong arm. He throws some dangerous passes from the eye can see,
Yeah.
And he doesn't have legs to get out of the pocket. So I think
The one really bad play I thought that I saw that he made that was hurting the Niners was that backwards pass.
that was lame.
That was bad. That was
and
bad.
he was like convinced it was he threw it too.
Well, he did throw it, but he threw behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a fumble.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, that was ugly.
The one thing for the Niners, I think obviously that loss hurts because the Rams, which we'll get to, they're rolling right now.
Right.
They're
And the Cardinals, they squeaked by the fucking
Jags.
Well, they beat the Jags this week, but they squeaked by. They should have lost to the Vikings last week, but they still got the W.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
Long season
Long season.
still.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty of games to play, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Losing sucks always.
It does, and like I don't want to overreact too much about this loss and the way they played, but I don't know. The Niners are a little. I'm on the fence on them right at this moment in time. Yeah.
I'm glad you're honest. You
Yeah.
always have been, as long as I've known you
Yeah.
about your teams.
Yeah, like that 19 team that went to the Super Bowl, like I felt confident in them once it got to a certain point. Like they played well all the way through the season, but I felt confident in that team to get the job done more often.
I was there watching the Super Bowl with you. I know you felt confident all the way through the third quarter.
Well, yeah, I mean playing Mahomes, you're never sure what's going to happen. Of
Oh.
course, in hindsight, it's obviously 2020 at this point.
Yes.
But yeah, they were looking great in that game. There's no question about it. All right, let's move on to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Actually, one thing I want to say, one thing I really got to take away from this Niners-Packer game, Aaron Rodgers needs a haircut.
Oh, that's been facts since he grew it up.
At least, can we get like a little bit of a trim?
Yeah, it looks shitty. It just doesn't
It
look good
doesn't-
on his head.
Just cut it.
Yeah.
I've been a long hair guy. You have.
You need to cut
You just
it.
got to cut it. Just cut it.
Your hair is way too long. You need to cut it.
Cut it. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But yes, like you were saying, Rams Buccaneers. Good game.
No, Raiders
Oh.
Dolphins. We're going to talk about the Raiders real quick.
My bad.
We'll get to that in a second, though. Raiders pulled it off in overtime.
Which they were kind of kicking ass.
They were up. Yeah, it looked like they had this thing in the bag, and they let it get away. Dolphins scored, I think, to tie the game with like 2 seconds left for
Well-
regulation.
Yeah, Raiders 3-0.
Yeah, we'll talk about. We're going to talk about
okay.
that in a second. But yeah, unbelievable that the 3-0.
One thing I want to say about the Dolphins, or about Jacoby Brissett,
Sure.
he's always kind of been a backup and been there when he has to. The dude plays. He can play the position.
Sure.
He's good at what he does. He knows his role, and he's good at doing it.
You put him on any team, and he's the best backup in the league, essentially.
Yeah, I would think
I
so.
wouldn't want him necessarily to be a starter, but he's
Yeah. He's good. I think
he's kind of like right there with Fitzpatrick in a way.
Mhm.
Like as a guy, you can just kind of plug and play. You don't have to worry too much.
I think he's better than Fitzpatrick. I'd rather have Jacoby Brissett than Brian Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick is,
He's also good.
Brett Favre, super light. You know what I'm saying?
Like really,
Extra light?
really watered
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, he's like the Midwest beer version of Brett Favre.
Okay.
You know how they have like 3% beer out there.
Can we just have everybody realize that you just compared Fitzpatrick? You put Fitzpatrick and Favre in the same breath.
Yeah. Well, how about this? It's like, no, I'm done comparing.
Okay. Thank you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about here?
I'm trying to think of the lightest version of something. Light sour cream.
Move on,
Okay.
please.
He
Please move
is the fat-free milk version of Brett Favre.
on. Okay. Whatever you want to say.
Yep, I'm done.
You over? You done?
I'm over
You
it.
done?
Yeah. Let's talk more about week 3. Did you watch the Rams and Bucks play?
I caught the last little bit of it, yeah.
Which was at this point it was already pretty much sealed, right?
Yeah,
Rams look fucking good.
we do.
I can't lie. I cannot lie. Do you think they are the favorites in the NFC right now?
No, I think it's the Buccaneers.
I kind of think so too.
I know they
The Rams look.
the Buccaneers just lost.
Yeah, I don't like the.
But when it comes down to it, if it was a playoff game between Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford, who are you picking? I know who you're picking. Thomas Patrick Edward Brady or Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. But like I said, the Rams
They look good.
they look pretty much perfect. So
Like a
far.
well-oiled machine.
Yeah, but they don't feel invincible at this point. They got a great squad all the way through. I mean, their offense is rolling. They got a great defensive line.
Yes.
Can't complain about having Jalen Ramsey in the secondary. So yeah,
They're good.
they're going to be a threat, no question about it. I'm with you though. I'm not sure that they're the favorite yet, but they're at least number 2.
Got you.
Yeah.
I have a bold prediction about the Buccaneers. So
Ooh.
next week they play the Pats in Foxborough.
Right.
Brady goes back to New England.
Mm-hmm.
A bold prediction. That will be the highest rated game in Sunday Night Football history, ratings wise.
So do we know what the ratings are now?
I think we could probably figure that out. couldn't we?
I think we probably could.
You think that's a bold prediction? Is that bold enough?
I like it. I like it. I think that's,
That will be the highest rating for a Sunday Night Football game in the history of Sunday Night Football.
okay.
And they've only been around for 15 years, but I think it's a no doubter. 'Cause I'm gonna want to watch
Sunday Night Football's only been around for 15 years.
it. Like for like what it is, like Al Michaels and stuff. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, is that how they would base it? You think? I gotta think Sunday Night Football's been around for more than 15 years, no? Or did you read that?
I thought they had like a 15-year thing last year where they were like do
Or maybe that's how long it's been on.
like NBC, like NBC Sunday Night
Okay,
Football.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Rip and rip.
Cheers.
I think Brady's got a chance to break the all-time passing yards record next week too.
Yeah.
I think they probably set that up perfectly, like as far as the schedule goes.
They're good.
They're smart. Real smart.
Better than that shot I just took.
Jason.
Yeah, they're wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
That was good. He has over 80,000 career passing yards. Tom Brady.
And that's what happens when you play for 3,000 years.
He's starting to be like Pete Rose. Of course, he has the most hits because he's played for 35 years.
Right. Another big game over in the AFC. The Chargers took on the Chiefs 30-24. You concerned about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are in last place in the AFC West.
Isn't that so weird to think?
Well, they have 2 teams that are 3 now. Which is,
Which
you know.
yeah, we're gonna get to that just after this.
Am I concerned? I've said they're not going to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't think they are either.
Am I concerned? No, because I do think the Raiders and Broncos will both come down to earth a little bit.
Agreed.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are a better team than the Raiders and the Broncos.
Yeah. Are you concerned about their chance to get to the Super Bowl? Like, even though you think they're not going to go, but obviously
I would say because their defense is very suspect.
their defense is suspect.
You know, Mahomes can do as much as he can, but the defense can't play. And we saw what happened last year.
They're 30. I think I looked it up. They're 30th in yards against per game this year.
To answer your question, yes, I'm concerned with their chances to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not that concerned because it feels like the turnovers so far this year have been the biggest reason that they have not won the 2 games that they lost.
Yeah.
Essentially, because obviously like Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbled in that game against the Ravens.
If I was a Chiefs fan for that game, I'd been sick.
Right, and then they turned the ball 4 times against the Chargers and still were in the game. They only lost 30-24.
I think it came down to like Hail Mary by Mahomes.
Yeah, so they had a chance.
They had a chance.
They had a
But he also threw a pretty bad pick
He did.
Or
Yeah.
like
So
early in that fourth
that
quarter.
is on him. But you got to think that a guy like him will clean that up. I still see the Chiefs winning at least 12 games this year, even though they've already lost 2. I see 12-5 as like it, the worst they could possibly finish. But yeah, they need to clean that up for sure.
They do, and they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. Yeah.
Chargers, they're looking as good as we thought. I feel like, right? I mean, they lost a tight game against Cowboys. It's the only loss.
They probably should beat the Cowboys too.
Yeah, and they had their chances.
One thing I want to say about the Chiefs, I don't know if you saw this, but Josh Gordon's going to the Chiefs.
I saw he was reinstated, so
The
he's
Chiefs picked him up. My question for you is, will he last this whole rest of the season with the Chiefs?
I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be more performance based than.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's 30, which is not that young anymore, and he hasn't played much over the last handful of years. So
Yeah, when he was good, he was good. That was 6 years ago.
he really only had one. I mean, he had like 1.5 good years, but that one good year, I looked it up the other day. He had like 17 touchdowns or something.
Did he?
Yeah, 16 or 17.
Also, remember Danny's bold prediction about Gronk breaking his touchdown record?
Yeah, did he score another one?
I don't think he did.
No, okay.
He got close. He bobbled one in the end zone.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, good for you, Darts.
He still got 4 through 3 games. That's pretty good.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Chiefs have some kind of more firepower. If you
Well, I mean, losing Sammy Watkins, I think, is bigger than people thought it would be.
is Sammy Watkins on the?
The Ravens?
now?
Yeah, which I think he scored a touchdown this week. Not that that really means anything.
No.
But him, and he was just a presence. Because, I mean, now they're putting Hardman into a bigger role, Robinson's in a bigger role, and I don't think they've really even picked anybody up to fill that void. So yeah, another weapon, can't hurt. All right, so I got a question for you. We got the Panthers, Raiders, and Broncos. Would you have thought any of these teams would be 3-0? Probably not.
No.
Do you think any of them are a legitimate 3-0?
I would say, I'm gonna give you. Oh, this is perfect. Off what I have written down,
Okay.
it's gonna be the Raiders, because they last. So their 3 wins are against the Ravens, Steelers, and Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
All 3 of those teams last year
Win
had
record.
10+ wins.
Yeah.
So I would say the Raiders. I do think the Panthers are good, but I think them beating a Texans team that had a backup quarterback, I'm not
Yeah, and
taking.
then,
I'm not taking too much stock into that.
and they've also beaten the Jets.
So I'm telling you, if Deshaun Watson would have been playing for the Texans,
We would think the Texans would be favorites.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But just based off that solely.
Right. I'm with you.
So I'm gonna pick the Raiders on that.
You think they're legit though? You respect the fact that they're 3-0 and that they're that good?
I do based off that what I saw that stat I just give you.
Okay.
I do a little bit.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm impressed with what the Raiders have done. I'm not shocked that they came back to earth a little bit against the Dolphins. Although, like we said, they did have a bigger lead in that game and kind of let it get away.
Yeah.
Still came out with the win. You gotta give them credit for getting the win.
This guy that I know on Twitter. All right. So I went to elementary school with him. His name was Riley Williams. There's no way he listens to us or anything, but he huge Raider fan.
Mhm.
And he was lucky enough to be able to go and watch this game in Vegas.
Oh, no kidding. That's cool.
Always been a Raider fan. I haven't talked to him in years, but we were tight back in elementary school this year.
Yeah.
And I saw on Twitter that he was at the game. I'm sure he had a great time in Vegas, which I'm really happy for him because that stadium has got to be amazing.
It looks pretty sick,
It's gotta
yeah.
be amazing.
Like on TV, it looks like one of the coolest stadiums. Like even just watching, like looking at the field, it looks like it's got a good vibe in there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Raiders, you know.
Yeah, I got to give it. I think the Panthers actually are pretty darn good. They got a chance to make the playoffs. Obviously, being 3-0 helps.
McCaffrey's going to be out a couple weeks.
Yep. They're deciding not to put him on IR, which is good for fantasy owners. You own him in our league, and
Yeah.
I own him in another league.
But wouldn't that be good? Because I could just put him in IR and then.
Yes and
Or
no.
are you talking about for
but
COVID?
as far
For-
as coming
for
back,
COVID?
no, just as far as coming back sooner.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay,
Because I think IR is at least 3 weeks, which means he could only miss 2 weeks.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. When he went down, I was watching the game on Thursday at your parents' house watching Figgy, and I was like, "Where the hell is McCaffrey?"
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't start watching it right away?
No, and then I was like, "Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding?"
that
Like,
sucks.
the first pick in the draft. It's all right though.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, it helps. But
Yeah.
Sam Darnold looks good.
He does. Yeah. I mean, they're doing everything they can to win games.
But I'm
and-
not putting too much
and
stock.
their defense actually is really good. So I like to see them play some better teams and see how legit that defense is.
Yeah.
I'd say the Broncos the least
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
They've beaten the Giants.
Is Bridgewater's their quarterback, right?
He is, yeah. Beating the Giants, the Jets, and the Jaguars. Hell of a resume.
There was this dude who I was on a walk today, and there was this dude walking past us. It was like right in front of Brownsville High School, and he was rocking a Yankee hat, and he was rocking a green Jets hoodie.
Mm.
And I wanted to stop him and be like, bro, do you know you're wearing garbage right now? Like the Jets stink. You
Yeah.
realize this, right?
Yeah.
I respect him for wearing it, and he's owning it. But you
Right.
don't see a lot of Jets fans.
Not here.
I personally know a Jets fan. I don't talk to him a ton. He's an old, family friend.
Yeah.
But the Jets, I saw him wearing that hoodie. I'm like, you're wearing garbage right now.
Do you tell him that?
No, I wanted to. I mean, you're lucky. He's lucky he's wearing the Yankee hat because they're good right now.
Right. Poor Jets. Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Moving on, just a couple other notes. Justin Fields got his first career start. It was not pretty. I don't know if you watched any of this game.
And then,
It was. They just. I don't.
did you?
Yeah, because
Was it on
it was
TV?
the one game that we got during the morning time.
Gotcha.
It was tough to watch that offense. I mean, and I don't even feel like it was his fault. I feel like they just called really terrible plays. I mean, I'm no play caller, but I played
not?
Madden before, I guess. But
You're not?
but it just didn't look like they set him up for success. And he got sacked 9 times.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Miles Garrett had a field day.
Oh, it was this game.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to say about this game was, do you know the total yardage between both teams in this game?
It was huge disparity, right?
Total yards between Browns and the Bears. Browns had 418.
Mhm.
The Bears had 47.
47?
Yes.
That actually doesn't surprise me because that's how bad they
That's
looked.
that's almost a Gageism stat. That's an incredible statistic.
Yeah.
47 to 418.
It almost makes me feel like the coach Matt Nagy just set him up for failure. It looked so bad. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nobody open. Like when we were watching the game, there was literally nobody open.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Browns defense. I mean, they have a good pass rush, of course, but I don't think the Browns defense is that good. I think he completed 30% of his passes.
That's bad.
Really bad.
But the Bears. I know the Bears were a playoff team last year, but I don't. They were
The
like,
Bears, I think, if they set up a scheme to fit Justin Fields, they have a talented enough team to make the playoffs. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be a contender by any means, but they could win 9 or 10 games if they figured it out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you saw this play where the Cardinals tried a 68-yard field goal.
It's so funny because before I looked at this notes, I had it written down in mine.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna get to the Justin Tucker.
This is why I said this one first, because I think it's hilarious.
We thought the same thing. This is poetic. So you just go.
Yeah. So the Cardinals attempted would have been a record-setting 60-yard.
68.
60
I think the
yard
record
field
is
goal.
what, 64?
60 was 63,
65?
I think, was the record before.
Really?
63, maybe 4, but I think it was 63.
I thought it might have been 65, like in Denver by Matt Prater. Maybe not. Anyways.
I have to look it up. But anyways, 68-yard field goal comes up short. Although I got to give it to, I think it was who's their kicker?
It was the Cardinals kicker.
Yeah, the Cardinals kicker was. I think I have him on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
It might have been Prater.
No, Prater's.
He's not on the Lions anymore. I think it was Prater.
He's still in the league?
He's still in the league. I think it was Matt Prater. I have to look that up.
Okay.
Anyways, yes, it was Prater because he used to be on the Lions, and the guy who caught the ball and took it for a touchdown
Yeah.
was also they were teammates on the Lions together.
Okay.
That's what it was. Okay, so they're playing the Jags. Guy catches it on the last yard line of the end zone.
Yeah.
And takes it for a touchdown, 109 yards on the return. It was the guy's last name is Agnew for Jacksonville. Unreal. And then to set up this next note
Yes,
is that
perfect.
Justin Tucker later in the day kicked a game-winning, record-breaking 66-yard field goal to win the game.
Did you see what it was? It hit the bottom of the crossbar.
Hit the bar and rolled over.
Yeah.
It actually hit the bar and bounced up into the net. That's
Yes.
how hard it hit.
Well, I think what's so funny about this is, what are the odds that both those kicks happen in the same
In the same day, right.
But could you imagine if he would have nailed that 68-yarder, and then Prater does 60, or not Prater, but Tucker does 66, and doesn't even have the record because the 68 happened?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a
That'd
really
have been
weird.
hilarious. Yeah.
I thought it was really timed.
Yeah. I mean, I got to give it to Prater for getting it as far as he did. Like that, because it was online.
Yeah.
It probably would have been good from like 63 or 4,
Yeah.
give or take. and not in Colorado.
Yeah.
To say
Also talking about, we're talking about Mason Crosby being a Hall of Fame kicker. Justin Tucker's going to be there.
Yeah, I think this just.
I don't know was he on that Super Bowl team when they beat the Niners?
He might have been a young player, but I'm kind of thinking.
If he was there, he was the kicker for him. I don't know if he was.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm feeling like.
Not to say you need championships to be a special
possibly.
teams player because it's it's hard to win championships.
Yeah.
I think Justin Tucker will be a Hall of Famer.
No, yeah.
I think this helps the legend, which is Justin Tucker.
I think he has at least 3 60-yard field goals in his career.
Has to.
Yeah.
I bet you Greg Zuerlein's up there too.
As far as long ones made.
Like 60s.
Yeah. He's definitely known for his boot, for sure.
But, so yeah, also another good segue is, so Hall of Fame, they had their new eligible players. There's like 10 that are noteworthy, right?
Sure.
And so, I didn't want to go through all 10 because I don't want to go on and on about this, but Devin Hester is on the Hall of Fame ballot.
I heard about this.
Do you think Devin Hester should be in the Hall of Fame? Maybe not first ballot, but do you think he'll be in the Hall of Fame based off his position, being like the special teams guy that he...
I think he should.
I think he should too.
He should, because he has records. I mean...
He has the most touchdown returns, I think, of all time.
And I think it's not even that close, right?
Combined.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure it's not close. I think he's got to be.
I think he has like 17.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think...
And you got to give him credit for... He actually played on both sides of the ball at points in his career.
Yeah. But what he would be in there for is special teams.
Right.
And I think the Hall of Fame should do more or think more of the special teams players.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's very many people in the Hall of Fame.
Probably a handful of kickers and a handful of punters, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he should be in for the special teams, because when you think of special teams players, at least for me, I think of Devin Hester.
Oh, 100%. He is the return man.
I think this dude in his rookie season, in the Super Bowl when the Bears went, returned the first kickoff to the house.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much the only thing the Bears had in that game, but still impressive nonetheless.
I think they did not score another touchdown.
I think they had 17 points in that game.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they did. I looked it up a couple days ago.
Okay, maybe
or 14 or 17. They had more than 7.
Okay, I thought that was for some reason it was the only touchdown they scored, but
he should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think so too.
Maybe not first ballot, but he should eventually be in for what he's done for the game in the special teams category.
I'm with you on that. Yep.
And hopefully from there on out, it has a trickle down effect of people that also deserve to be in there.
The only thing, kickers I think should get more love, but
like when
special teams is a dying part of the game because they're trying to get the whole collision thing out of the game. Like kick return touchdowns are very few and far between.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna discount what he did because of what's going on right now.
100%.
And I don't think you are either.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, as far as the future goes, it's gonna be less of a thing. Yeah. You probably won't see it as much, but I do believe, like you said, that he
I right now I can't think of anybody who would be even close to deserving of being in the Hall of Fame for
being a returner. Yeah. No,
I can think of maybe like Percy Harvin, but he's not gonna go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he like, unfortunately for him, he had concussion issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
So couldn't play very long. But.
Exactly.
All right. So let's talk about our picks from last week. We both obviously picked Arizona. We won on that. They won by 12. We had them at -7.5. You lost your Raiders matchup by 0.5 point.
Love that.
Sucks. And they were looking good too. You had a 2-0 week lined up. And then I was not even close on my Washington at Buffalo pick. They had +8.5. That was rough. They lost by like 22.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shout out to our buddy Mark. He's a Bills fan. I'm trying to get him to believe in Josh Allen. He's still not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in Josh Allen?
He's not there yet.
Hey, send him to the Cowboys then.
Right.
What are we talking about? He doesn't believe in him? I respect it. Give him time.
I think he's a cautious optimist at this point.
I'm the same way with my team, so I can't really talk shit.
And I'm sure he watches the game closer than we do, so he sees the things that we wouldn't, because we're more highlight based when it comes to Bills games.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we gotta whip up some picks real quick. I'm gonna see what I can find here.
I got one right now.
Okay. I'm gonna try and pick a big matchup here, maybe to be interesting.
My first one I'm gonna pick off the bat. Titans over Jets 7.5. I think they'll beat them by more than 7.
Titans are favored by 7.5 over the Jets. Okay. Tennessee -7.5. Okay.
gonna pick the Raiders to upset the Chargers.
Okay, I like it. So they're getting 3.5. All right. Plus that.
It's a good Monday night game.
Oh, that is Monday night, isn't it? Huh.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to go with. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Bucks to beat the Patriots by 7.
Yeah.
They're giving 6.5. I know it's on the road, but
It's not a bad call.
yeah, I'm going Tampa Bay minus 6.5. Tampa Bay minus 6.5, and then I'm gonna do Denver's favorite against. Yeah. No, I don't like that.
By how many? Against the Ravens?
1 point against the Ravens at home. Ravens obviously.
I actually would think the Ravens would win that game.
I kind of think so too, but I'm not.
What? I mean,
not
that's
that confident in it.
really okay. No.
So the Ravens would be getting a point, so they could tie and still win.
The Ravens would have to win.
Pretty much.
Denver's favored.
Denver's favored by 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a pick'em. Colts and Dolphins. You know what? That's basically a pick'em. So Colts are given 1.5 to the Dolphins. Colts need a win. They're going to be desperate. So I'm taking. I know I've already lost on them once, but plus 1.5 against Miami. All right. So we got our picks in. So you got Tennessee minus 7.5 against the Jets, and then Raiders plus 3.5 against the Chargers. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then I'm taking Tampa Bay minus 6.5 against the Patriots, and then Indianapolis plus 1.5
That Tampa Bay one
against
you're
Miami.
That Tampa Bay one you're probably good on.
I feel good. I mean, it's gonna be fun seeing Brady against Belichick.
Although
for sure.
it would be great to see, obviously Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl, so Brady's like, "Fuck you" to
right,
Belichick.
right,
But it'd be cool for Belichick to get like that "fuck you" back. I
Sure.
mean, I know it'd only be a week 4
yeah,
game.
yeah. They're definitely gonna be. It's gonna be fun.
The storylines going into it can be great.
Big time. Yeah.
Like I said, it's gonna break records.
Did you see Belichick's press conference when they were already giving him questions about Tom Brady?
No.
And he's just like, one of the questions was like, "Do you regret not bringing Tom Brady back?" And he's like, "We've already hashed this out. I don't need to do this." He's just like, "Nah."
Which to me, I mean, he never lets anything out, but he regrets it.
Yeah,
Has to.
100%. Let's see.
Has to.
Yeah. All right. What's next, man? NASCAR.
So much for that short episode, right?
Yeah. It's just hard with football.
I really don't mind.
We'll get there.
Because to me, like when I watch podcasts, people aren't like,
Oh, it's
Like-
too long.
no.
Yeah.
Like if you really
You
like
just,
it,
you just listen to what you want to listen to, I
Exactly.
guess.
like I know Devin will skip through like what she doesn't want to listen to, which is
Sure.
fine,
I think my parents did.
Which she says she really appreciates you like letting people know.
Oh, as far as I
time
think
thing.
that's, yeah.
It's cool.
All right, NASCAR time it is.
Time for NASCAR.
So, Denny Hamlin. got his-
Before you even start, this whole double points thing, bullshit. Complete bullshit. And
So
I'm,
what?
and,
You think the postseason doesn't matter?
and I'm only bitter because I'm not in the lead again.
Hey, you're right there,
I know,
man.
I
Like,
know.
I mean, just win the championship and you're good.
Yeah.
You get 10 bonus points for winning the championship.
So Ashley's racer, Denny Hamlin, wins his second race of the postseason in Vegas.
Vegas.
Another Vegas plug. So the
Big time Vegas.
standings as of right now are what?
Ashley's got 114. Big week for her.
Big week.
Put up 16 points.
Oof.
You got 106, so you're right
She
there.
needed all those points
Yeah,
too.
she sure did. She sure did. You got 106, so you're right there.
I'm right
It's
there.
basically a 2-horse race at this point. Dylan's got 72, Danny 71, Alex 60, Garrett 47, and myself 36.
You could try to get Garrett.
That's all I'm going
That's
for.
the goal.
But Kevin Harvick's on the chopping block as far as the postseason goes. So
Yeah. And how many weeks are there left?
So we have 7 races. No, 6 races remaining.
Oh, okay.
2 more left in this round.
Yeah.
Obviously, a win advances you automatically, no matter what the points situation is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of just feels like it's either Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson's season at this point.
May the best racer win, Ashley.
Pretty much.
May the best racer win.
Those two have been about as good as it gets this year.
And where's the next race at?
That's a great question.
I'm surprised you don't have this ready.
Usually I have it written
Usually
down.
you have it right here written down.
But I can find it really quick because I have the website right here. Next race is Talladega.
Dega?
You ready for Dega?
Ooh, on a Sunday or a Monday?
On a Sunday, 11 a.m.
Ooh. Don't you
Pacific
love
time.
how NASCAR was like the Sunday thing and now football's here? No one gives a fuck
Yeah.
about anything else.
So, I'm going to be off next Sunday.
Are you?
Don't tell my mom, but I'm going to be off next Sunday. We're having a day. You ready?
How are you off?
Pedro's going to work for me.
What? We're having a day on
We're
Sunday?
having a day. We got Niners Seahawks at 1:05. Cowboys are in the morning.
10.
NASCAR's at 11. Giants' last game of the season at noon.
We're having a day here?
It's
or,
over.
Or
It's over.
Yeah.
Your
might-
night table is out.
you, whoa.
It's not out yet, but it will be out. Let's put it that
We
way.
haven't played in a while. Got any plans next Sunday?
Katie said, "How long is it going to go to the season through the season without breaking out the beer die table?" And I said, "Till next week, so week 4.
So we're playing Die next week
We're playing die.
on Sunday.
Yeah, whatever plans you had,
They're gone. See ya.
they gone.
Wow. That changes everything. 'Cause that's my Saturday. So it's perfect. It's just,
And that'll be my double Saturday. So, on that note,
it's time for last call.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I got something to look forward to. Let's go.
I only have one thing, and it's something I actually don't even really care about, but I thought we should throw it out there because it's something about the United States of America. And we got back in the win column in the Ryder Cup. Dominant fashion too, 19-9 over Europe.
Let's go.
So we'll take that. Star-studded team too. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Brooks and Bryson. Did you see they hugged?
Did you see it? No, did they?
They did. It was like awkward and forced, but they hugged.
Did you see, that's funny. Did you see they shotgun beers in the first one?
Yes, dude, that was sad.
Fucking
Spieth and
That
Thomas.
is just, because I feel like golf for so long, it still is, but so buttoned up.
Oh, it's a
and
definite country club sport.
buttoned
big
up
time.
country club.
Yeah.
Which it's still going to be for a long time.
Yeah, it still is, but
But the
those
fact
guys
that they
are
were
fucking
able, in fact,
amazing.
I feel like I remember someone threw them beers from the
Yeah.
crowd. And I feel like they looked around to make sure it was okay.
Yeah.
And then someone gave them the okay, and they just fucking, crushed it. They shotgunned it.
And they're like fucking hyping the crowd.
they're like, "Let's go!"
Yeah. That was pretty sad. I mean, that team was full of just the frat boys of golf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Justin Johnson,
Yeah.
ripping lines.
DJ. Yeah.
Fucking Bryson and Brooks are both frat boy attitude too. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
That's cool. A few things I had was Anthony Joshua lost the belt
Good
again.
night.
See ya. I still think he'll either fight. I still think he'll have a chance to fight Fury or Wilder.
And that's coming up not too long from now, right?
We looked it up. I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's October, isn't it?
I
Is
think
it
it's in
not?
October. Yeah.
Should be good.
That might be something I'm willing to buy or like split
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, it would be on Saturday, but you won't be able to watch. I was talking to Dylan about it.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua, I think that's his second lost belt in 3 fights.
Is that right?
So I think he lost to Ruiz.
Yeah.
I think he won it again, or he won his next fight,
Got it back,
and then he lost again. I forget. I don't know what the guy's name was who beat him, which I apologize for. But
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua, what's going on? What's going on? And the other thing I wanted to mention is Lewis Hamilton won his 100th race.
Oh, that was number 100.
Number
Nice.
100.
Good for him.
And one thing I gotta say, Lando Norris led this motherfucker,
For like the whole race, right?
He-
Pretty much. That's what Dylan was telling me earlier.
and it rained.
And
And he
screwed him.
lost it with like 3 laps
Yeah.
left.
And then he
I-
like finished like way back, right?
I watched the ending of it, and it was.
Poor guy.
You kind of got to give it to Hamilton and his team though, because I think he told him to kind of play it safe, and I think
Right.
I think for Lando they did too,
Mm-hmm.
but he said fuck it. I think he
Yeah,
kind of just got a
went
little
for
too, and that would have been Lando's first win.
Yeah. He's still pretty young.
He's only 21, I think.
Yeah.
I think I looked it up.
Yeah.
But you got to think, this guy's looking for his first, and he loses, and he sees this guy spraying champagne for his 100th. It's like how
Yeah.
could I win?
Fuck, yeah.
How can I win? You know,
Yeah.
it's
And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, Verstappen started last and finished second. Am I right?
He might have. I forget.
I know he had to. I'm pretty sure he had.
He had to start
last.
behind because I think
Yeah.
they switched engines or something.
Yeah,
like
there was
that.
like there was something involved, and there was like a. Also, he had a penalty for the incident with Hamilton. If I'm not
Really?
mistaken, from a couple
I don't
years
know
ago.
that, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive though that he's
Yeah.
still.
That Red Bull car, it's fast.
It's fast.
Got anything else this week?
No, I think I have one more thing, but it's whatever.
Fuck the Cowboys.
I'm not cheers to that. How about cheers to a good episode?
Yeah, that was a good episode. Cheers
Cheers.
to Monday Night Football.
Which starts in about half an hour. So
Get your fucking pants on.
put your fucking balls in it.
You gotta put your fucking balls in. Shout out to Side Talk NYC. Go see your boy Lil Mo Mozzarella. Thank you guys all for watching and listening.
Thank you.
As always, we will see you for
Next
week
week.
4 of football next week.